Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Chef Yef, but y'all know the only thing I'm cooking up is my opinion. I appreciate y'all for being here with me in this video. If you enjoy the content, you already know what to do. If you want to donate to the channel, Cash App is Chef Yef with 3 F's, link on the screen or in the description below. And remember, I am not a hip-hop journalist. I am not a hip-hop historian or a lyrical miracle specialist. I just get my take on things I'm tapped into. And I hope you all are having a good and blessed day. All right, so in this video, we're going to get into Grand Wizard expose website confirmed as a AI social experiment. So this is coming off the heels of that AI site that Charlamagne was quoting in his debate versus academics. It's coming off the heels of, damn, what was the first video of academics basically exposing the fact that that site was taken down because of some sort of like issues with the AI. So I guess we're gonna go into a little deeper dive of maybe why it was taken down. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna see what it's time about. Alright, so this video coming courtesy of Jay Nolan. Make sure y'all go like and subscribe to his channel if you're not already. Without further ado, let's get to it.
Y'all remember the website that we went on a few months ago, Inverse Wire, where they had the article that was talking about Grand Wizard, Steak, and Drake, right? They were talking about how Grand Wizard Chat Asian was approached by investigators, approached by the service prepared people that, you know, serve you for lawsuits or subpoenas and stuff like that.
Hey, I just realized, did he say Grand Wizard Chat Asian? Because, okay, yeah, they found out the fact that bro was Asian, but bro called himself Grand Wizard Chat Ninja. So y'all, like niggas didn't change it to Asian. I thought he said agent. I'm like, oh, okay. But now I'm like, I caught on, like, nah, this nigga said Asian. That's funny he said.
To report to court. And, you know, we had gotten photos of Chat Asian. We had gotten an article talking about him being approached and the quotes that were given, minimal quotes. Him being stopped outside his parents' house and him walking his dogs and him throwing the papers. He didn't want to receive them or what have you. We got Charlamagne, who came out on the Brilliant Idiots and was talking about it, and he shouted out Dalton Jackson for making this website and this article and basically saying this ain't Rock Nation. Why don't y'all look into who actually made the article? Why don't y'all look into who actually did these lawsuits, right? And eventually the website came down, and just a few days ago, the website was put back up. Well, as of yesterday, not only is the website up, but we have someone who's come out and claimed it and said that this was my work and this was a AI content experiment. Okay? So Dalton Jackson is not a real person. He comes out and says, I am Dalton, with basically an AI photo. Now the AI photo has a red bandana from a page called Oppo Looks. Okay? And ironically, Oppo Looks has seen the coverage about this website for the last couple of months. He's watched the YouTube videos. He's seen the discourse online. He's seen the debates back and forth on Twitter, Spaces, etc. Charlamagne, the DJ that don't spin, all of this stuff. And he's coming out and claiming it. And he actually followed me. Okay. So he put a statement out on Twitter, and we're going to go through it. And I'm going to be honest, Mr. Oppo Looks, I'm not finna follow you back. I don't like what you're doing. Now, unfortunately, I don't fuck with Grand Wizard Chat Asian. I don't fuck with the DJ that don't spin. I don't really fuck with Charlamagne, although sometimes I do agree with his takes. But you coming around here and stirring up whatever the fuck it is you trying to stir up, I don't fuck with that neither. You get what I'm saying? And now that you've come out and claimed this website and claimed that you're not affiliated with Rock Nation, Charlamagne, or anybody, it only leaves me with more questions than answers, because who the fuck are you? Who's behind this account? Because again, this photo ain't real. This website is AI, as you've admitted. So now I would like to know, who are you connected to? What is your overall vision? And why are you coming around here meddling in hip hop business? Are you even legitimately a hip hop fan?
Damn. Okay, so the site was AI, which I remember Charlamagne was saying it was alligator site or some jive like that. Abrogator, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. I don't really be knowing, keeping up with all these words, but yeah, something like that which basically means it was a site that kind of collected. It's an AI site that kind of collects real data from like real sources. But kind of put it all together. Academics was saying like you can't source a site that does that. You got to actually cite the sources, which I kind of agreed with in a way, but I think I think the articles was still legit because the information was still legit, or something like that. So it's funny that, and I think academics was also saying like the writers who are these writers, right? And so I'm not sure if Dalton Jackson was the writer for the articles or he's just like the person behind the site. So I'm curious to find out, is the was the information real or was that just some bull jive too? You feel me? Because now, if so, Charlamagne got to respond to that too. Now he did respond. Um, he did respond on the last video that I did about this, and 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 yeah, I mean, pretty much it's kind of like tit for tat right now, but um, but it's still the bigger picture is still that, to me at least, um, academics just trying to prove Charlamagne is part of like the Rock Nation conspiracy to take him and Drake down in a way. But I still believe that the bigger picture is, yeah, as academics, Drake and Steak is possibly doing some bull jive on the back end. Because I mean, if y'all are all being investigated, and this information is, and all this information is real, and it's coming from like lawsuits and stuff like that, then it's not really about what Charlamagne is saying in his site. I mean, you could say that, oh, like you believe stuff off face value when it came to Charlamagne. Now you got to look into everything he's saying. It's like, I mean, I felt like you should have been doing that already, like honestly. But I mean, to me, it doesn't matter because I don't take things off of face value from anybody. Like especially like Charlamagne, but I guess his followers do, and I guess academics was one of them. So that he's basically saying like your credibility is shot. But I mean, and maybe it could be right, or maybe he could be working for Rock Nation. But the bigger picture is like, what the hell you Drake and State got going on for real? Because it's not just him like saying this. Y'all like they actually got lawsuits about this stuff.
Okay. Now, I know some people out there are so staunchly against the DJ that don't spin and Grand Wizard Chat Asian that you like, fuck it, I'll take it as a win. They got exposed. They blamed this on Rock Nation and Charlamagne, and we now see that it's not them. I don't know who the fuck it is, because I don't know who the fuck Oppo Looks is. And Dalton Jackson is a fucking pseudonym, fake pen name. So I ain't putting no trust in this motherfucker neither. And I want to know why you meddling in fucking rap conversation if this ain't really your background. I'm against all this shit. But let's go ahead and pull up the statement. So he says, I accidentally turned an AI content experiment into a hip hop conspiracy theory, and I genuinely could not have planned the marketing better. A few months ago, I was experimenting with agents as an AI agent. I created a bunch of websites, gave the agents guidelines, let them publish content, and watched the traffic. So he said he built a bunch of websites. Okay. So he's doing a bunch of AI website shit. Who knows what other websites he may have created, what other business industries that he's infiltrated, just as he did hip hop or hip hop media discourse with this, right? He says that was it. Build, publish, measure, follow incentives. One of the sites was inversewire.com. Then the internet discovered something. The domain was registered 2 days before Drake's album dropped. One of the first articles gaining attention was about Drake. There was a writer named Dalton Jackson with basically no social media presence, and apparently that was enough. Laughing emoji. Reasoning immediately left the building. People started investigating the domain, investigating Dalton, comparing dates, analyzing articles. Reddit started doing forensics. X started connecting.
This breakdown or this statement, this shit just look like AI. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this shit look like some Chat GPT shit. Like, this is literally how Chat GPT, like, be talking, putting arrows and shit. Like, so, I mean, kind of there you have it. So this site was just a social experiment. So, I mean, did academics have every right to like question it? Yeah, but I wanna find out. So was like the stuff in the article real? Because that's what Charlamagne was quoting. You know what I'm saying? Like, so was that stuff real, or was that shit just AI made up bullshit?
Dots. YouTube started making breakdowns, and eventually the theory became Rock Nation secretly created an AI-powered media company to attack Drake. Okay? What we do know.
Okay, so yeah, so and that's another thing. And so academics basically thought that this site, yeah, was kind of initiated by Rock Nation, Jay-Z, and Charlamagne is like the spokesman, and he's quoting this. So it's like, okay, I could see that. I could see how he could feel some type of way. It still doesn't take away from anything that y'all niggas might have going on the back end. But because I think Charlamagne just said something else about another lawsuit that's apparently been filed against Stake, I believe. So I'm probably gonna get into that in this video too, depending on how long this stretch out. No Diddy, but yeah, I'm gonna try to squeeze that into this
There
one.
is a legitimate AI-powered website that's being used to attack Larry Jackson, but we don't know that this one was made to attack Drake, but that was the theory from Drake lovers, right? Meanwhile, the actual explanation was, I like AI, and I was testing websites. Crying, laughing emoji. Then I accidentally made everything worse. I took Inverse Wire down, not because Jay-Z called, not because Rock Nation's lawyer showed up, not because Dalton had been extracted from the country. I had other businesses and tech projects to work on, and the site was becoming a distraction. But the internet saw the disappearance and basically went there covering their tracks. More laughing emojis. Then it reached a level I never could have manufactured. The DJ that don't spin, and shout out to Chick Smooth, we actually worked it out. I spoke to him, not in like conversation on the phone or nothing, but in the comments in YouTube land. He did actually say salute to Jay Nolan on the video that I saw. I just didn't see it in the comments. And we spoke briefly. So shout out to Chigs for actually.
Yeah, cause I remember when he said DJ that don't spin. I was like, yo, I swear that's like a Jay Nolan thing. But I was like, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe because I know Chick Smooth go. He been doing this too, so I didn't know. But okay, that's what's up though.
Crediting me about that DJ that don't spin shit. Okay, we'll move forward. Literally ranked number 1 on Complex's 2026 Hip Hop Media Power Ranking, starts publicly digging into my random website. Now, Inverse Wire is being pulled into the DJ that don't spin Charlamagne war. Charlamagne had cited the site. Mr. No Spin questioned whether the publication and Dalton were even real. Charlamagne then has to defend using it on the Brilliant Idiots. Clips start going everywhere. People start asking whether Charlamagne knows who runs it, and somehow Rock Nation enters the chat. I'm watching some of the biggest voices in hip hop debate a website that started as one of my AI experiments. Then this weekend, I finally saw all the clips. People were still talking about Inverse Wire. People were still investigating Dalton. People were still arguing about Rock Nation. So I did the only responsible thing. I turned the website back on, more laughing emojis. At that point, I figured, if the internet already wrote season 1, I'm not canceling the show.
Yeah, okay. So basically, academic Charlamagne had their debate. Charlamagne was using his site, the articles on the site, to quote certain things that academics, Grand Wizard Chat Asian, and State and Drake was being accused for. Then academics was basically saying like, "Yo, what you using ain't credible." Charlamagne was like, "Yes, it is, cause it's alligator site, whatever the freak." And basically, that's when the academics and them, or the Drake lovers, basically spun up the narrative that this is a whole Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Charlamagne grand conspiracy to take them all down. Then you had the What's the Dirts and everybody going into the details, trying to figure this out, saying Charlamagne ain't credible, and he looked like Rock Nation because he started to go at certain people like Ray Daniels and yada yada yada, right? Not saying that any of that can be true, because in some cases, Charlamagne, it could come off like that, where it do look strange when he going at a certain person for a certain reason. Not taking any of that away from anybody, but just trying to like be fair. This really all started because it looked like Drake and State got some illegal bull jive going on. Now they probably don't, but they do have a bunch of lawsuits pending against them. So it's not. So I mean, like, this didn't start out of nowhere. Like, and who's to say like it is Rock Nation and all them funding this just to take them down? It could be, but it just doesn't appear that way because it's just too many people going at them. And now I think the state of Florida has sued them or something like that. So, I mean, it really don't appear to be that way. We kind of got to look at the bigger picture and kind of like just focus on like what they really got going on in this whole like scenario. So, and then Charlamagne, and then the site went down. Academics was going at Charlamagne like respond, which I felt like he should have responded. He responded and said, "Oh," but the thing is, he responded on the day the site came back up, which is what this guy saying. Charlamagne was basically saying like, "Yo, the site could have went down because they was stealing information behind paywalls." We'll see if he confirms that, but like, he did respond on the date it came back up, and yeah, and academics and them still wasn't buying it, because they looked at Charlamagne as the god of reporting the truth, which that's kind of like their problem. You shouldn't look at anybody like that. I don't know, you just shouldn't, but y'all let me know how y'all feel. Like, I don't know, but that's how everybody was kind of getting on Charlamagne about, oh, do this and that. Now you're not. So I feel like they're missing the point, but that's how they feel. So we're gonna see what this AI site guy confirms.
So Dalton Jackson is back writing. Again, Dalton Jackson is not a real person. It's a pen name. DJ The Don't Spin is reading the articles. Charlamagne is getting praised by the site. Rock Nation keeps mysteriously appearing in the discourse. And every new article creates another. See, I told you. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here watching one of the greatest free marketing campaigns I've ever received. Think about what it would cost to intentionally get the #1 voice in hip-hop media discussing your site. Charlamagne talking about it. Brilliant idiots discussing it. Reddit investigating it. X arguing about it. YouTubers making breakdowns. Thousands of people searching for your writer. People tracking when your website disappears and comes back. I paid about the price of a domain name, which is very cheap. So he's saying, I ain't spend no money marketing this website, but I created this conspiracy that has all of us talking about it, right? Priceless.
So I really want to know. So he basically just said he just took the site down as a distraction. He ain't really say it was for no actual reason. So I guess he didn't take it down because of the taking information behind paywalls thing. And yeah, so when he say he created this conspiracy, I want to know. So I want to know. I guess is that any of that information from the articles that Charlamagne was spitting, was any of that true?
Priceless marketing, priceless traffic that he didn't have to spend no money on, basically causing confusion. But there's actually a fascinating AI lesson underneath all of this. AI made publishing incredibly cheap. Algorithms made distribution unpredictable. Humans saw incomplete information and supplied the story. Then conspiracy became the marketing department. And once people believe the theory, everything becomes evidence. Website appears, proof. Website disappears, even bigger proof. Website returns, obviously proof. Dalton criticizes the DJ that don't spin, proof. Dalton praises Charlamagne, proof. At that point, you've created a story that can't lose. For the record, I don't work for Rock Nation. Jay-Z has never called me, and he leaves with a promo of the website, inversewire.com. And it even spawned this tag team link up where Charlamagne and the DJ that don't spin got together to talk about the conspiracy in a collaboration. And here we have subsequent posts coming from this person, all right? So he retweets Inverse Wire's page. They say, you heard it here first. Hip hop's official home. So now they're declaring themselves as hip hop's official home. Nah, nigga, fuck out of here. He says, Inverse for the W. He says, creating AI agents is eye-opening into human reality. We do so many redundant activities that I start to feel bad for my AI agents. This is a better life for there is a better life for humans coming soon. He comes back, I can't stop my bot. He quote tweets Hakeem Prime. And for those of y'all that may not remember who Hakeem Prime is, he came out after the battle and decided he wanted to become a OVO writer. And he released a slew of Kendrick Lamar diss tracks. And in the time after the battle, he's dedicated his life to being a club paradiser in Twitter spaces discussing the battle day in and day out. So he says here, scapegoat in the flesh. Hop in a space with us then. This account though, right? So he's promoting their spaces. Homeboy laughs at him. Here he goes. He says, as soon as I reactivated the site, I obviously asked Bartok Jr. to write an article that Mr. No Spin would find displeasing. Needless to say, he nailed the job. I'm not going to play it. But the other night, he went on Inverse Wire and he saw that there was a hip hop media ranking page doing their own version. Not the complex list, but the Inverse Wire list. And Charlamagne was number one.
So the whole time, this man just really trying to get a reaction out of academics, and academics just falling for it. But he really believing that this is Rock Nation and Charlamagne using this tool on the back end. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll never be able to prove that, even though the AI Dalton man is saying that it's not. But nigga, we don't know. Like, you can, like, we don't know. Like, so sorry. Like, we really can't believe you for anything you say. But I just really would want to know. So the only thing that would make academics and them win this battle would be if the information, or I guess the stuff from the article that Charlamagne was basically pinning on academics for Grand Wizard and Drake and State, even though Grand Wizard and him and Drake DMs got exposed a while back for actually looking like they do, like conspire or like whatever. I guess I would want to know was that information legit?
And he's already admitted that that was also clickbait and a planted story to get a reaction out of the DJ that don't spin, right? He says, what bothers Mr. No Spin and Charlamagne isn't that AI wrote the article, it's that the research is real. AI agents can pull interviews, clips, timelines, statements, and receipts in minutes. You can laugh at the bot or scream conspiracy, but if the evidence checks out, you still have to deal with what the article said, right? Now, interestingly enough, Charlamagne came out and spoke about Inverse Wire in another episode of Brilliant Idiots, where he called it an aggregator site, right? And an aggregator site is kind of like what Yahoo is now. If you go on Yahoo or if you go search up just about anything on the internet now, you'll get like MSN, you'll get all these different Rolling Stone, New York Times, fucking Billboard, all these different publications also get their articles placed on Yahoo, right? So you can read what's placed on their website centrally through Yahoo, right? So he basically was trying to say that Inverse Wire functions similar to that. It's an aggregator. It just hosts a bunch of different articles and you can read it through there. Only problem with Charlamagne's explanation is that Mr. Oppo has already come out and stated, no, it's not an aggregator. It's my website that I put together and I have AI writing the articles. So that there is a complete contradiction. Now, am I saying that Oppo is connected with Charlamagne and or Rock Nation? I don't know. But do I have any good faith for Oppo or this Dalton character to believe that he's not an agent of chaos as well? No. And to me, it just leaves more questions of who sent you? Who brought you over here? Who invited you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I said, yeah, we wouldn't know that, you know. We can only go based off what we get, but yeah. So this whole thing was basically like a social experiment, and yeah. I mean, so like academics and them did have a point to kind of like like point that out.
Why are you over here meddling? Right? Yes, good work on posting that article because it was legit information in the article. But where did you come from? What made you create Inverse Wire outside of an experiment? What made that particular conversation or that particular scenario the thing to jump off your site? I got to ask those questions. Then he goes on to post this photo of so-called Dalton Jackson with a red bandana on. Okay? The original photo of Dalton never had the bandana, but now that he's gotten hip hop or hip hop adjacent people talking, he comes and puts a bandana on, looking like he finna go in the kitchen and cook up a mean steak. Okay? Oops, I didn't even mean to click on that motherfucker. He says, legendary crash out. You do not want Dalton covering you. So he goes and reposts the DJ that don't spin again. He posts this AI photo. And now he's quote tweeting more Drake no spin fans and engaging with them. He says the scary part is AI runs on incentives and humans have shitty incentives. Nobody trains their AI to be quote unquote dumb, which is what every anti-material driven bot would do. Make decisions we humans would consider efficient or money driven, a real catch-22. More OV hoes are trying to figure out what his connection still could be to Rock Nation. They found, I guess, a picture of dude wearing a Paper Planes t-shirt. He says, I used to buy Paper Planes tees. The rabbit hole is deep. And he continues to repost more content regarding the DJ that don't spin. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the DJ that don't spin and Grand Wizard Chat Asian are behind this. Because now I'm questioning everything. I'm sure he's going to say, haha, he's going to laugh at this too, because he put laughing emojis behind everything as some sort of 52 fake out. They could all be in cahoots for all I know. But here he makes this post for those that are questioning whether or not the information that was in his article was legitimate. He says Drake and Knowles, quote unquote, acting under his direction, including Ross and Gwen, used stake to finance alleged botting and streaming farm activity. That is almost exactly the legal document version of Chat Asian was taking orders from Drake. The complaint then says public records and leaked communications show intermediary transfers involving Chat Asian, identifies him as an operational facilitator connected to bot vendors and clipping campaigns, and says he received direct payments from clipping administrators and other alleged co-conspirators. Okay? So he's basically drawing the parallels to the actual lawsuits that stated Grand Wizard was doing these things. So he's saying, I didn't make this up. I retrieved the information from the lawsuits, the allegations.
And there you have it, bro. I mean, so it's like, okay, y'all could get on Charlamagne all y'all want, right? Y'all could clown him, say his credibility is shot, he using AI sites, whatever. Y'all could say all that. Whatever. Like, I mean, if y'all was really, like, if all y'all was really, like, that hung on every word that Charlamagne said, I guess I could see how y'all could be hurt. I don't idolize any of these niggas. Like, not Kendrick, not Drake, J. Cole, State, Charlamagne, academics. I don't take anything these niggas say off of face value. You feel me? I just, whatever I like, and it is what it is, you know. So, I mean, this, like I said, this still doesn't take away from all the bull jive that it seemed like y'all niggas is actually being sued for. Academics, Grand Wizard, Drake, like, so everybody that's getting on Charlamagne, it's like, okay, but what these niggas is still, they still got some weird shit going on. So we still got to see what that's talking about. Like, even y'all could say that Charlamagne is working with Rock Nation and he's like, oh, y'all can say all that, but it still doesn't take away from this fact. So I mean, Charlamagne is still in the lead right now. He's still cooking academics, bro. He is.
He says, and later it lays out the hierarchy even more clearly. Drake financed, directed, and reaped the benefits of the alleged manipulation, while Chat Asian received money to broker, coordinate, and operate through bot vendors and clipping channels to boost Drake's streams. The New Jersey complaint reinforces that structure. It alleges Drake financed, directed the manipulation, while Chat Asian and others received money to broker and operate through bot vendors and clipping channels. It also says public posts, chat logs, leaked communications, and other records document Chat Asian's activity alongside and as an instrument of Drake and Ross. Okay? So he's doubling and tripling down on the contents of his article. He then posts a screenshot of said article, and he says, someone read this article. This is not the article, this is a lawsuit. Then he says, someone read the article and show me where the bot lied, please. Picture the scene, because you've already seen it 100 times. Drake gold dripping, leaning into Aiden Ross's webcam. So again, he's saying, I got the information from these lawsuits. It's not AI generated so much that it's fake. It's AI generated because I input the information from the lawsuit and use the AI to source other materials regarding the situation. Okay?
Yeah, man. So yeah, everybody that's going at Charlamagne, if y'all really want to cook Charlamagne, yeah, y'all gonna have to go ahead and do y'all due diligence, do y'all homework. I ain't doing it because I ain't taking those sides. Really, I'm just going based off what I see. So I mean, for all y'all that's really getting on Charlamagne, the only way y'all could cook him is to say if the articles and the information, if it's not legit. That's really y'all only way of cooking them. But I want to get into this other video real quick. Yeah, it's kind of like we kind of like there's a little too much time, but this might be a little long video, so y'all just stay with me. Let me go pull that other video up real quick. Give me a second. Give me a sec. All right, so this video come courtesy of War Dudes World. So make sure y'all go like and subscribe to his channel too if you're not already. And he's kind of been on this whole thing too. So we're gonna see what he talking about. So this video is Charlamagne calls out steak lawsuit. Let's discuss.
Can I read this particular article about George? Can I read this? Can I read this?
Yeah, from what site? Just say the site one more time.
Inversewire.com, which is a very reputable site. You're trying to convince the worldwide nigga that it's not.
This is realnews.com.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Wordus World, the Drake guy, back in the building.
Now I will say, with everything coming out, you feel me? I mean, academics kind of got a point with that. You feel me? He's saying this is a reputable source. It's like, nigga. I mean, the AI nigga just said, yo, I just started this shit as a social experiment. So I wouldn't say all that. So, like, again, I could see how y'all could cook Charlamagne, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But is the information, data in that, whatever he was reading, is it real? You know what I'm saying? Like, if these are based off real lawsuits and the article was kind of just spinning up its own kind of conspiracy or narrative against Grand Wizard, Act, Steak, Drake, then they kind of, I guess they got every right.
It seems like War Dude's World, who is another Drake guy.
And hold on, y'all, because this new Steak lawsuit just gave Charlamagne the Claude another reason to say, let's discuss. Okay, so Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer, I think that's his name. He's suing Steak over what his office calls illegal online gambling, disguised as a sweepstakes casino. And Charlamagne saw the news and basically said, oh shit. But here's where this gets interesting. People immediately started asking, okay, but does this involve Act for real? Does it involve Drake? Like, the Drake guy, you know?
War Dude's World, who is another Drake guy.
Well, people immediately started asking, okay, but does this involve academics? Does it involve Drake? Does it involve George? And more importantly, why are some people treating every story about Steak like it has to fit into the same argument? Because if we're really going to discuss this, let's discuss all of it. The lawsuit, the people actually named, the previous cases, the journalism controversy, and all the questions people have been asking Charlamagne the Claude.
General James Uthmeyer. As Florida's Attorney General, I enforce our laws to protect consumers from illegal schemes that take their money. Companies are operating online casinos that are illegal under Florida law. Sites like Stake and those run by VGW market themselves as sweepstakes or social casinos, but they offer real gambling, slots, blackjack, and poker. They've raked in hundreds of millions of dollars from people in our state. These websites do not follow the safeguards or provide consumer protections that are required of licensed casinos under Florida law. We filed lawsuits against the operators of these sites, along with their financial facilitators and promoters. We're seeking to recover every dollar consumers lost under Florida's gambling recovery laws, and we will hold them accountable under our consumer protection laws for their deceptive claims. These companies cannot hide illegal gambling behind a sweepstakes label. Thank you.
So Florida just took Steak to court, essentially. The state says Steaks.
Shout out to Florida, man. It's my home state, man. I'm from the South. Yes. The county of Dade. So Tallahassee, Florida. Okay. That's where we attended our schooling. So shout out to Tally, man. Tally days used to be crazy. But dang, okay. So I mean, well, so does this have anything to do with this? Yeah, this probably don't have anything to do with Drake and academics and all that. But I mean, it kind of goes to show that some of these states is taking this shit serious. They feel like what they're doing is illegal, you know, and hiding behind the label. So dang, man, it's kind of crazy.
Dual currency system is being used to make real money gambling look like something else, according to News 4 Jackson. And I think that's important because this isn't some random blog making an accusation. This is an actual lawsuit filed by the state of Florida. The state is asking.
Okay, so random blog making an accusation. So is he talking about like the inverse thing? I mean, because you could say maybe they spun up a narrative, but if they're basing their information off of real lawsuits, is that actual just like a accusation, or is that people in states and stuff actually making accusations? Like I don't know. I wouldn't say like. Well, I don't know what he means when he say random blog sites. So y'all can let me know if I'm missing something, but
asking the court to stop the operation in Florida and recover the money it says consumers lost. And the whole quote unquote state gets sued all the time. That isn't the full story, because somebody's always going to say state gets lawsuits all the time, right? Obviously with the Drake academics, George and Wynn lawsuit, that was a big controversy. Everyone was talking about it. And that's fair as a statement, because Stake has faced other lawsuits over its sweepstakes model, how they structure it, right? I think the real question is what each lawsuit actually says, who filed it, who was named, and what happened afterward. You can't use an old case to dismiss a completely different case before even explaining what the new complaint alleges. So we got to be completely fair here. But again, is the Drake guy is asking the question again.
War Dude's World, who is another Drake guy.
Does this Florida lawsuit involve Drake? Because Drake is mentioned in the Florida complaint in connection with promoting Stake, right? According to the reporting on the case. But that is different from saying Drake is a defendant in this particular Florida lawsuit. And that's a distinction we have to make. If somebody says Drake is mentioned, that's one thing. If somebody says Drake is being sued in this Florida case, that's a much bigger claim. And you better have the defendant list to prove it, because you can't just come out the window saying that.
That's what you said about narratives is important. Salute all the PR firms out there that get paid just to push narratives.
Yeah, and that's true. Yeah, that's true. You do got to be careful with certain things. Yeah, if he's saying Drake is mentioned, and that's one thing. But yeah, him being sued or a part of this is a whole different thing. But again, in the lawsuits against academics and like like, is Drake is being accused, like he's being sued because they have uh what is called transactions and stuff. They got conversations, leak comment, like, so he's a part of that, but this he's probably not, he's probably just mentioned.
They should go to jail.
No, well,
They should go to jail. That shit should be considered libel.
who are you talking about in particular?
Shakur Stevenson.
Oh no, I was talking about never mind. I don't even
Say it. We could cut.
well, there's a PR firm that reps two people in particular, and it's interesting to watch these two people put things out there in the ecosystem to control the narratives about things. I'll say this: both names rhyme with each other. They rhyme. If you guess, I'll tell you.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
No. Ooh.
Who?
Both names rhyme, and one of their biggest endorsements rhyme.
Oh, Drake, Steak.
Fuck.
You almost there, Alex.
Drake, Steak, and
I don't know.
I thought this was the see. Y'all lied to me. Y'all told me this was the biggest story, and everybody's on to it.
oh, Blake.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Blake Lively.
Oh, you on it now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You on it now. Yeah, let's go.
I'm on it now because of the information that I received this week, and I'm like, oh shit.
And
shit is fire, right?
this is the other shit. Like, they put the things out there, and then these, I don't even want to call them dumb, but these like attention-seeking motherfuckers on the internet start posting videos and shit that reinforce the fake narratives that the publicists put out there because there's views in it. So it's the publicists manipulating the blogs and all the other channels.
And obviously, Ack and George's name have came up in other state-related legal discussions, which is why people are asking whether this new Florida case connects back to them. But you can't just drag everybody from every single stake lawsuit into every new lawsuit because the subject is the same, right? That's exactly why people need to slow down and read the actual complaint. Who is a defendant? Who is mentioned? Who is accused of what? Those are three different questions. And then obviously, Charlamagne seeing this, he posted on his IG story about the Florida lawsuit, and he basically says, ah, shit, before pointing out that Florida is suing Stake and VGW, I believe. His whole line about waiting for YouTube's greatest journalists to explain it as AI, quote unquote, is a clearly a shot at the earlier journalism controversy with Inverse Wire and the most credible journalist, I'd like to say, Dalton Jackson. And Charlamagne is basically saying, if we're going to debate journalism and credibility, then apply the same standard when the story is uncomfortable for your side, which is ridiculous for Charlamagne to say. Because people still haven't forgotten about the previous controversy with Inverse Wire over that article that was allegedly created or published through an AI-driven website, whatever the case may be. Me and my guy, Defran, we kind of broke down, did the science, and we basically uncovered who it really was. You know, I think the criticism wasn't just simply, I don't like this article because it doesn't fit my narrative, right? Or the Drake guy's narrative, right?
Or Dude's World, who is another Drake guy.
The criticism was about why the source was presented the way it was and whether the explanation afterward actually answered the basic questions. That's
Okay, so I mean, again, if y'all want to question why the source, like why it was presented a certain way and why Charlamagne used the AI site, I mean, y'all could question that. But I mean, if the information on the site is legit, you can't really question that. Another thing, like, okay, you could say people can't really drag academics, Drake and Grand Wizard into all these things because Stake is being sued. But I mean, people gonna do that anyways because ain't nobody looking into these lawsuits like that. Like, I mean, people gonna say what they gonna say. I mean, I do think people should try to be fair and okay, maybe try to figure out maybe if Drake, Grand Wizard, academics is being actually like sued in these other lawsuits, but ain't nobody gonna get too techie like that. They gonna just be like, well, they getting sued in this one, so I mean, they all must be doing some shady shit because Stake is doing some shit. Like, people just gonna say that. Like, it is what it is. You can't really stop that. I mean, it is what it is. You feel me? But even after all this, bro, it really doesn't take away from it doesn't take away from the bigger problem at hand and what academics and the Grand Wizard got going on in their own situation with State. Whether y'all can say Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Charlamagne is behind it, I mean, it is what it is. The information and data and lawsuits is still all legit, so it is what it is. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Y'all let me know who's cooking, who's in the lead. It's still alike. The people that's going against Drake, Steak, and Ack and Grant, it look like all of them is in the lead, whether no matter who it is. I guess it's the states or Rock Nation conspiracy, whatever. But yeah, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Make sure y'all go like and subscribe to Jay Nolan and War Dudes World channels. They're always posting good information and going over good things. I can't even lie. You already know their description will be in the link. Their link will be in the description below. So make sure y'all go tap in, you feel me? And if y'all enjoy the content here, y'all already know what to do. I ain't got to tell y'all. If y'all want to donate to the channel, y'all know where the link's at. Your boy Chef Yef. Y'all know I'm only cooking up my opinion. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.